What up, y'all?
Welcome, welcome.
Hey, listen, man, you with your boy Ola is.
Big up, big up.
Ola.
That's good. Yeah.
I'ma get busy with it right now. I'ma get busy with it right now. I'ma get busy with it right now.
Back, baby, back. Hey, listen, man, before we get started, look, I want to share some with y'all, man.
Okay.
Check this out, y'all. Listen. We got an event coming up. Y'all stop playing, man. Y'all thought Ola is was just on YouTube playing games. Nah, baby. We out here trying to make moves, man. Listen.
Big things are going on.
Man, big things, you know what I'm saying? Why, yeah? Listen, man, we got a SIP event coming up, y'all. This is from Camisole Style Consultancy Inc. or comma Inc. So it's Camisole Style Consultancy Inc. Olan has partnered with her. We get ready to do a whole sip and share, my fellas. You know, my ladies, right? So, you know, I hear y'all get a little bit of what we got going on. On there, we actually about to dive in on some deeper topics and issues, right?
Yes, indeed.
So listen, it's Saturday, March 30th, 2024. This year, March 30th, from 2:30 to 5:30. Now, watch this. Let me show y'all where it's at. Hold on. Y'all think it's game. Y'all go check our Eventbrite. It's going to be in the mother freaking down low, baby. Y'all come check us out, man. Dive in, man. Come check us out. Listen, man.
Yeah, we're gonna throw it up in the corner.
We're going to throw the corner. If y'all think hey, look, man, you don't think we representing right, man, you come out there and put us on stage.
Yeah,
Y'all,
drop them comments. All the comments about.
nah, they ain't going to put no comments, dog.
No, I mean, they need to come and voice their
They
opinions.
ain't gonna do it, man. Listen, y'all ain't gonna do it, man. Look, we gonna put it on there, but y'all is not about to come represent for the whole line. You watch our show, you hear us out, but y'all ain't gonna come check us out. But listen, seriously, man, we love y'all. Come check us out, man. For real, for Eventbrite, it's gonna be in the description.
It's in the description. I'll get the location and everything in there.
Yeah. Put that on the
Yeah,
location.
it's in the
baby.
DMV area, so it's accessible.
Yeah. Y'all come check us out. I think it's what, $35, man.
Yeah.
Come on,
that's
man.
nothing. That's nothing.
Look, y'all spend
come and
more
sit. Yeah.
for worse.
Yeah.
Can't go wrong with old this, baby. You're gonna have a good time. That's all we're gonna
Absolutely.
Look, also too, come out there, show love, man. We're gonna put you on the podcast because we're gonna do a podcast.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We're gonna do a podcast. Y'all come get on the
Come
get
and
on
engage
there.
with us,
Y'all ain't gonna do it, man. Let's go on.
Yeah, they
man.
gonna do it, man.
No, they ain't. No,
I
they
got
ain't.
a feeling they gonna do it.
Shit. Maybe you know something I don't know.
Hey,
but they,
man, I got faith in y'all.
people
I got
don't never
faith in
do
y'all.
it. People wanna have a comment, they wanna have an opinion,
on the side.
but they don't wanna be
They
part
want
of
to come
nothing,
out there
man.
and talk, man.
Listen,
Hey,
man, look.
you gotta wake them up. Gotta shake them up a little bit.
I hope y'all be there, man. Look,
Absolutely.
check it out.
Hey, let's get
What they
started.
do before we get started,
Hey,
baby?
as always, let's go ahead and get them likes rolling in. Make sure that you comment below, subscribe in the corner, and share it up top. Let's keep it going. All
All
right?
right, let's go. All right, tonight's topic, we're going to be talking about who makes better parents, male or female. Mother,
You can't say male or female, man. You got to say man or woman, okay?
Oh, okay.
They do not like being called females, okay? They're not just a species, all right?
what? They
All
don't
right?
like being called what?
No, they do not like being called Hey, ladies.
They don't
chime
like
in.
called females.
They
What
do
you
not
like being called?
They don't like being called females.
What we supposed to call them?
You're supposed to call them a woman
Oh.
or a lady.
Oh, woman
All
or-
right? Come correct, man. Yeah.
Okay. All right, well, women
Women.
and men come, where are we even at? Okay, women, do y'all make better parents than men? Or men, do y'all make better parents than women? Or
Or is it equal? Or is it?
I don't know, bro. Where do we go with this? Which bro? Drop it off. Let's go.
Here's my thing, right? I'm gonna take it to the court system.
Okay.
Right? And the perceived notion of the court system is that the mother is better fit for the child. That is perceived.
So you're going back to slavery times.
Going back to slavery times
Damn,
with it.
because the
okay?
slave master definitely don't believe the man.
Right? So the perception, and this isn't always the case, obviously, right? There's cases where the man has proven to be more fit as a parent, and the court will side with the man. But the perception is that the mother is more fit, so the mother should take the child.
Why is that though? You got to dive into that one.
So-
because they always believe that an unfit person is more fit just because she's the woman.
I think that's really the sole
That's not
reason
always
for it,
yeah, bro.
and that's not always the case.
Yeah.
But that's, I think, the sole reason is that she is the woman. She's given birth, and so she is better fit just by default. So there is a default that the mother is more fit.
Bro, I just had an epiphany.
What's that?
My boy, check this out, y'all. You know how women always say they don't, women, right? I'll make sure I didn't say the F word. You know, you know
Don't
how
use the F-bomb.
Yeah,
Go
don't
ahead.
use the F-bomb. We ain't talking about F-U-C-K.
Yeah.
Listen, you know how they always talk about how women don't feel equal.
Okay.
Oh man, check this epiphany. So you know how they talking about women don't always feel equal and they feel like they gotta prove they want to be equal.
Mm-hmm.
The only scenario that I feel like where women, it's funny, but in the court system, when it comes to the man who may pay for everything, provide for everything, do everything, I'm talking about does everything, doesn't get the same level of respect.
Doesn't get that same
But
quality. Yeah.
it doesn't now, but women, what they'll do is they'll look at the man who does everything and still feel like they're superior over him just because the courts, the slave master said, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You had them, you ain't did nothing for this child. You don't pay for nothing for this child.
And does that go into child support as well? Like
Yeah, and he's gonna pay you child support.
Right.
But here we are as men, we do everything, and yet we don't even be considered equal. You know what I'm saying? So when you look at it, it's funny how we as men, many times, you know, some corporate America does that. I think corporate America, like for women, right, make them feel like they're not equal, right? You know, and there's different equality. We talking about equal, different
that's
levels.
a good point.
But right, check it
Yeah.
out now. But when you're in a court situation, the courts will consistently make the man feel like he is not nowhere
Not as fit,
near
yeah.
as superior or as equal.
Yeah.
But women don't sit here and go to the courts
complain.
and say, hold up, he's a good man. He needs to be on the same
That's a good
level.
point.
He needs
That's
to
a
do this.
good point.
Bro, they don't, you know what they do? Get your ass back there.
Give me that money.
Give me that money.
Yeah.
And you paying for everything, bro. And
Yeah.
here you are paying, you do everything.
Yeah.
And now you got you paying thousands of dollars and you do everything.
That's facts.
Bro,
That is facts. That's a great point.
So I don't even know why I went there, but it's hidden key.
Yeah.
Think about females.
Yeah.
No, am I females or not women? I can't
No,
say.
we
Oh,
were
female.
women.
Oh, women.
Women or ladies.
Yeah, sorry, ladies.
Yeah.
Why are women not standing up for men who are being sabotaged in the court system?
Yeah. That's a great point. And
Why
I
they
mean,
ain't fighting for us, bro?
They should be fighting. I mean, because the fight is for equality. Now, I know this was a pivot, but at the same time, it's relative because when it comes down to who is the better fit parent, a lot of times they are sided with for those reasons that you just stated, right? But let's get into why one is more fit to
Okay.
be the
Okay.
parent
Talk to me.
than the other, right?
Right, talk to me.
So with a child, right? What is the number one thing that is important to a child? Let's start with a young child, right? What is the most important thing that we want to do for this child?
Oh man, multiple things, brother. You want?
Yeah, just give me one. We'll
I'm gonna give
dive
a couple,
in.
man, if you don't mind.
Okay.
I'm gonna give love,
Okay.
guidance, direction,
direction.
discipline, support.
Okay.
All
All right, let's stop right. Let's stop
okay,
right
go
there.
ahead,
So
go
we got love, we got discipline, we got guidance, we got support.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now, this may be triggering, but I'm gonna go in anyway. Right. If you were to gauge who is probably more fit to provide guidance, support, protection, right, for a child, who would you lean toward? Right. If you needed support, if you needed guidance, if you needed protection, who would you just off the top? It doesn't have to be either or, but who would you go with?
So I'm gonna go outside the norm because I know what y'all thinking. Y'all think you think is like
I'm setting them up.
you think is anti-women. Truth of the matter is, I don't believe it exists without both.
Okay.
I don't believe.
Well, we don't have that. Okay, I'm sorry you don't get a pass, but this is the court. The court is deciding right now. Okay, you got to pick one.
Courts can kiss my ass.
Hey, I feel the same way.
Courts can
I feel
kiss
the
my
same way.
ass. And
I
shit.
feel the same way.
Listen, man, courts can kiss my ass. Listen, check this out, and I want you to give yours.
Oh, I'm
but
definitely
I'm
gonna give mine.
I'm gonna give mine.
I'm definitely gonna give
and I'm gonna
mine.
give y'all. I know, ladies. Y'all gonna give me a high five on this one, fellas. Y'all gonna be a high five. But the truth of the matter is, honestly, I honestly truly believe that only a child can be disciplined, led right, guided right, protected right when he has both vessels in the motherfucking room. Now that doesn't mean they gotta be together. The reason.
We got the applause.
I was just saying, check it out. Y'all hear me out now. Hey, listen, check this out. Because I've been in those homes. I got those relationships with kids' mom.
Okay.
But the difference is, bro, I truly believe that a man cannot just protect, right? Like if he has to go provide, he's supposed to protect.
Yeah.
He's supposed to guide. He's supposed to show compassion. He's supposed to do all things. But yet there's all these other variables that the child's being exposed to. Regardless if they're together or not, with the woman in the mother in the picture, she's able to pick up the slack where the father's unable to see, because we as men sometimes lack the compassion or understanding to understand what our children are going through, right?
Okay.
So here it is, when the women think they're able to raise a man child, a boy into a man, she's misguided and misled because you don't like the guy.
Yeah.
Foolishness.
True.
So where does he come in? He's able to show another level of discipline, right? If your daughter or your son is out there and they be disrespecting their mom, which many kids do, Mom, I ain't doing that.
Yeah.
Nah, that's when the father come in the room and look, say, what?
Yeah.
That's when he get in
Set the
line.
record straight. Yeah.
Prime example, I'd say, my daughter, baby, what's daddy putting his word to do? What's mommy putting his word to do? Protect me. She says it all the time.
Yeah.
Right? Why? So when I discipline her and I show her something, that is why we're in your life, because we want to show you a different way.
Yeah.
Right? So boy, you got, look, I can go on this one. So you tell us, bro, where you
All right. So first and foremost, I truly believe that both parents are integral in this process. There's no one that is better than the other overall. They are both integral to raising children, right? You need both, and both should be in the picture. Oftentimes we see that both are not in the picture, and there is a split.
And when you say not in the picture, you mean in a relationship, or just not in the house, not involved at all?
Not involved at all.
Okay, I got you.
Right?
Go ahead.
Right. And so at that time, at that juncture, there's a question of who is better fit to raise this child, right? So in my theory, given that the man is, I would say, for lack of better terms, pre-wired to be a protector and a provider, I'm thinking from the sense of survival, right? And so if I'm thinking of helping this child survive, I'm going with the father. Now, that's not to say that he's going to be better at, being compassionate, being emotional, being all, because he may lack those things, obviously, because I feel that there's a balance that the woman brings that the man can't, and there's a balance that the woman has that the man.
I won't say can't. I won't
Maybe
say
lacking.
can't. Maybe lacking.
Yeah, lacking.
Or not tapped into.
Sure.
Right? Because he can.
He can.
Okay, go ahead.
but
And she can.
And she can.
Okay,
right. But if I were to say who is better fit, I'm leaning on survival. I'm thinking of the protection of this child. I'm thinking about the providing of this child. And if we want to factor in the aspect, let's say the dynamic of where we live right now, right? Let's just look at it holistically. Men typically make more money, right? Compared to your given woman, he's going to bring in more money, regardless of what. If you take two different career paths, a man and woman, he's going to bring in more money. So I'm looking at financially, there's going to be more stability on the side.
Okay.
Let's look at child support. Typically, they take the money from the man to give to the woman. So that's another point. Right there.
If there's child support.
If there is
there's
child support,
I got you.
right? So we're looking at the protection of the man. We're looking at the financial support of the man. And this is another controversial topic, is that men are more fun, right? When it comes to engaging with children.
Okay. Let me ask you a question. Was your mom more fun or your dad more fun?
My father.
It was? Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Why you feel that way?
There was just more. Now, my situation is different because I have two very strong-minded parents, right? But overall, my father was just more excited on things, right? There was more excitement in things, right? My mother was grounded, or is grounded, right? She's going to give you what you need to do. She's going to tell you what you need to do for protection. She's gonna let you make your decisions on your own, but she's gonna be like, "Look, this is what you need to do."
Let me ask you a question.
Okay,
Regardless of your situation, different than other people.
true.
We don't play. I don't care if it's my man or not. Yo, check this out. Who you think would have raised you better? Your mom or your dad if you was in that and don't just say it just to say it. But who you think would have raised you based on that? Because I'm going somewhere.
Okay.
Who you feel like would have had the most if you were in one or the other?
That's a great question.
Who would have had the greatest impact in
I hope
your
my moms
growth?
and pops aren't watching this, but
They children are.
that's a good point. That's a good point. Who do I think would be more? What was the exact word?
Yeah.
What are you gonna say?
Who would have had the greatest impact in your growth if you were with one or the other not by choice, but by situations?
I'm going with moms.
Okay,
I'm going moms.
my man. So check this out. Fun has nothing to do with it, right?
I don't agree.
Let me just finish.
But go ahead.
You know what I'm saying? Because the thing is this, with Ola's perspective, doesn't mean Ola is always going to see eye to eye. And that's the beauty of us.
Yeah.
But when we walk away with this,
Yeah.
we still brothers.
One common
and we
goal.
still family. One common
Absolutely.
goal, baby. We give a perspective.
Sure
love.
indeed.
You know what I'm saying? My beloved, you know what I'm So check this out. Fun is only a small factor of life.
Okay.
When you're walking into this world, I know you can agree on, right? When you're walking into this world in a world full of chaos and mayhem, right? The best tool is the one who you feel, or the one who is going to take the throne and lead you to survive in this world. You know what I mean? Okay. Now, let's say Pops. I'm going to use not your situation. Let's say my Pops was a fun, loving Pops. I loved around him. He's teaching me, you know, I'm feeling good. Life is good. Because I'm like that with my kids. Fun, loving, we have fun.
Yeah.
You know, but there's also a form of discipline.
True.
That fun loving is going to teach you, okay, to enjoy the moments. But that discipline, that guidance is going to teach me how to veer through the chaos, right? You know what I'm saying? Okay. So fun is cool for a moment in a season, but fun isn't going to teach me how to succeed in life. You know what I'm saying?
True.
So, you know, because I think what I was going to say to you, and the reason I brought that up, because I actually knew what you was going to say, because I know my family very well, you know what I mean? Is the reason I'm saying that, because it's not a contradiction to what you're saying, and for anyone that thinks that maybe that's what you did, wasn't
right.
It's scenario, right? Like it's
absolutely.
I think whatever parent is the most sound, capable of understanding the full responsibility of raising that child.
Yeah.
For example, if you have a single mother who is bitter against the man and chooses to neglect the child, or chooses to overlook the child and their needs because of the ignorance of how they feel about a man, which is so stupid to me, right? And I say it's stupid because it is stupid.
It's stupid.
It's ignorant, right? You know what I'm saying? Very much. That person is not truly capable, in my opinion.
Because it can compromise how they raise the child.
Absolutely.
Right.
Now, if the father is out here and he doesn't care, and he just, you know, wherever I lay my head is where my home is at, right? And he's just having children, he is not fully capable of raising that child.
That's a good point.
I feel like when you look at the parent, I think it's case by case scenario, and I don't think there's one or the other that is fully capable. I think it really just comes down to the mindset. My aunt, for example, who raised us, was more, right? My uncle.
Big ups to Auntie.
You already
Big
know.
time.
Big ups, baby.
Yeah.
You know, my uncle left because he didn't want to handle it, right? My mom, as y'all know, and I shared this with him, my mom was murdered by my pops. You know what I'm saying? Taken out. It's not something, you know, people be like, I'm sorry to hear that. It is life.
Yeah.
It just sucks that is how life is.
Yeah.
But I look back over my life and I'm like, okay, that's why I don't believe in hidden women. I don't believe in abusing them. I don't believe on that, because I grew up around that. I grew up with my pops beating my mom, watching all these terror, you know, things, right? Was my pops the main one? Hell nah.
Right.
Motherfucker was a savage. My mom's, on the other hand, bro, she listen, my mom spanked me, bro, till she passed away. God bless her, bro. 3 times, maybe 4 times in my entire 10 years of me being alive.
Really?
And it was all because of the fact that it was because of how I treated my sister. And she spanked me because she always said, family, we will always stick together. And she taught me.
big.
And bro, I'm a little boy who's off the chain, but she did not She didn't believe in disciplining me in the method of spanking me, but if she had to, she would. She was not going to let me just go crazy.
Yeah.
And every moment that she put her hand on me, bro, to this day at 44 years old, I remember every one of those moments.
Really?
Because they were teaching moments, bro.
Yeah.
I can't remember every time my pops did it. You know why?
Yeah.
He did it so sporadically.
Okay, so there was a lesson like in it. It wasn't just I'm gonna just beat you just because I want to beat you.
Facts.
Right.
Facts. He beat me because he was mad and upset.
Right.
She beat me because she said, you're going to learn it. And then she would talk to me. And she would talk to me before, and then she would talk to me after. And every time she did, I was never upset. I was crying,
Yeah.
but I would go to her. I think, bro, what we went to your point, and man, go ahead.
No.
Man,
you preaching. I'm with
so
it.
for me, brother, when I look at it, I'm very like, for example, you know, me and my daughter's mother, you know, we there's a lot of things that she feels ill will toward me.
True.
All right, whatever, I'm not perfect.
Yeah.
One thing I don't ever do is I don't cuss at her mom. I don't yell at her mom. I don't do none of that stuff, right?
Yeah.
And the reason why is because I don't want my daughter to be exposed to any of that negativity,
Right.
regardless of how I feel.
Yeah.
It don't matter. See, I think what the problem is, we spend too much time spending on how we feel
True.
when we respond. I'm a true believer. You should never beat your kids or discipline your kids in anger. Right? Why are you angry? Why are you disciplining your kids in anger? And I think so. When, subconsciously, me personally, I think me and my daughter's mother, and I'll say this, and you know, I'll tell her this. You know what I'm saying? Is I think that we make a good team apart raising our daughter than we did together because she was very volatile. Regardless if I was right or wrong, but never has my daughter in her 5 years of life ever seen me yell or scream at her mom. Never.
Okay.
Never. You know why? It's because I don't want my daughter to ever think that that is acceptable from any man.
Yeah.
Right? So would I say she's better being raised by me or her mother? I definitely believe my daughter's better raised by me.
Right.
The reason why is I'm consciously aware. Her mother chooses to allow her feelings to make decisions, dictate certain things, right?
Right.
But does that mean her mom's less capable? In our case, no. You know what I'm saying?
That makes sense. I mean, I could definitely see that aspect because at the end of the day, I mean, it is a case by case. I mean, even myself, I admitted that I would go with moms. However, it does depend on the situation because one of the key things that you spoke on was really the emotional feelings behind the raising and the relationship to the father or to the mother, right?
Okay.
And what tends to happen, or a lot of the cases that we see, is that the woman is more emotionally distraught or troubled by the situation, and that then impacts the child, even so much so as not allowing, visitation and all that stuff. And so I think a lot of that factors into why the assumption is fathers overall are just better because they're more separated from that, right? They're looking at it as this was just a bad situation. I'm just trying to be there for my kid. And so from that aspect, they're saying not all men, not all fathers, but those fathers would be more fit because the focus is more so on the rearing of the child versus how is my relationship to this child.
Now, let me ask you this, though, and a good point. I don't disagree with your point. Are we talking about men versus women on the same level consciously? Or are we talking about men who are more conscious versus women who are a little bit more less aware of what they're struggling with? Or are we talking about men? Because like if you're talking about men and women on the same conscious level, because I think that's the only plateau that we can even compare this. But
that's kind of tricky too, because here's my thought. It is a little bit utopic, right? Is that I'm thinking that two people in the relationship that are on that same relative level, they're not splitting.
What do you mean? They're not no, but not necessarily true. Not necessarily true. When you have, there has to be a diversity, bro. It cannot be like, for example, check it out. I'm gonna give you an example because I know where you're going. I know you go. I like this. I let you go, bro. My boy, check it out, my boy. So look at that. So when you say they're both like, so if you have two people who are on the same plateau, let's say, for example, they are splitting. for whatever reason. Because
Okay.
I could have gave scenarios, but I'm gonna leave it because you
Right.
look at it, right? Like there is a possibility. Maybe they're too strong fitted. Maybe they
Okay.
don't like to.
And they bump
I'm-
heads.
yeah, they're bump heads or not budget. But maybe at the same time, to your point, they're not splitting because they're both conscious
Right.
to say, okay, babe, no problem, I got you. But let's say there is a separation, right?
Okay.
Let's say together they weren't able to compromise.
Okay.
Excuse me, y'all. But let's say they separate. They have that same things, but they're able to more compromise, right, in that relationship. So now they're raising it. If you take two people separated, right, for whatever reasons,
Okay.
and they're having the choice of raising a child, I think the father would definitely, would potentially be the better candidate.
Okay.
This is why. If the woman and man both are consciously about education, finances, retirement, like whatever it is,
Yeah.
sports, involvement, time placement, fun.
Both equally doing that.
Both equally.
Okay.
Of course, fathers are going to be a little bit more fun. I won't disagree with the children.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? They have that little bit above the wives. Not saying wives are not fun, but
Right.
but a lot of times kids prefer grandpa over grandma.
Yeah, yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
So that man, the other reason is physicality. But there has been stories where women mothers have picked cars up off their children.
This is true.
So there's times
This
when
is
the
true.
mother
You just trying to get some cool points
Wait,
tonight.
nah,
man.
I'm just saying. Let's be 100 though. Like,
No, you're right, you're
but
right.
a woman, you got to think, right? A man will go to war, but a mother.
Yeah, mother.
I
Yeah,
honestly,
her ferocity
like,
is
bro,
uncontested.
Bro,
I'll
mother will
give you that.
take 50 million shots for her baby.
I give
'cause-
you that,
So it's
100.
kind of like I can't go with either one.
Yeah.
I think, but this is not the 99% case scenario.
True,
so we're
true.
just hypothetically saying,
Yeah.
majority of these cases, there is always one showing weaker signs of maturity.
And that weakness, I think, is why a lot of times it leans toward the men, because that weakness is the selfishness, right? And I think that is the corruption in it all, is that if you do have either parent that is seeking out their own self-interest, then obviously the child suffers, right? Because if they're looking at, oh, well, I'm in this situation and I had a failed relationship and I hate whoever, the man or woman, right? That is going to impact the child, because you're focusing on the relationship more so than the actual raising of the kid. And for the woman, oftentimes what we see, not all the time, but from what we see, is that she doesn't like, I'll say, the way that things turned out. And let's say the father finds another relationship, it's just gonna add to the fuel, you know what I'm saying? And you got a kid together, you're just asking for drama.
Bro, you know what you made me think about? Like, as you were talking, honestly, yo, my mom's was more fun than my pops, yo.
Really?
Man, what? She was a beautiful woman. Like, yo, for real, my pops was, you know what I'm saying? It's funny, I talked to him. Like, I was telling, like, people were asking me, right? It's like, yo, how you talk to him after he took your mom's life? And something that hit me years ago, brother, you know, it was like, yo, how do I expect people to forgive me if I don't forgive him? Like, my mom lives on in our life, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? And that's one thing that I realized. I believe the queen is upstairs looking down, and honestly, bro, I believe she talks to God one-on-one. She got his ear.
Yeah,
'Cause,
yeah,
bro, I
yeah.
swear the stuff that I've dodged, shit, I shouldn't be out. I should be locked up for life, yo, my boy. Man, what? Man. Bro, but so I'm saying that, but yo, I remember growing up, yo, she was always cool to be around. It was dope, man. And he was always angry. He was very few times that I remember that he was fun to be around. He was just
all
unhappy
around
guy. But I think going to this topic, and yo, if y'all want part 2, let us know, because we about to
absolutely.
end this, because we
Yeah.
ain't gonna keep going on. Like, if y'all want
We
to
can go all day on this
we're
topic.
going to all day, man. I got so much to talk. We both do. If you want part 2, man, you tell us you want part 2. If
sure.
not, we're going to leave it as such. But I'm just going to say this, man, is I honestly believe, brother, is I think more men are more understanding of being of the desire to be a, what's the word for it? Intimate.
Okay.
To have an intimate relationship with their child versus the last in America 400 plus years
Right.
where men weren't as focused as being intimately involved with their kids. And I think in the last I'm gonna say the last 20 years, brother.
I'll go back to like 20, 30. Yeah, I agree.
20, 30 years.
That's kind of shifted.
Yeah, it's shifted
Yeah.
where men have taken on that desire.
Right.
And I'm talking about men. I ain't talking about these,
Yeah.
these sperm donors. I'm talking about these men. I'm talking about these men who have felt the desire because
actually be in their
to be
children's
involved
lives,
because
yeah.
of the desire, not because of the need. Of course, the need,
Yeah.
but the wanting.
The actual want.
The,
Yeah.
like the enjoyment.
Self-fulfillment,
I
like,
think
there you
men
go.
weren't. I think men. You know what's funny? All right, check this out. I think what it happened to do is because women have pressed the issue so much of trying to be the dominant figure.
Yeah.
That men are like, yo, I'm tired of fighting you.
Yeah.
And it's focused them on time with their children
Right,
and
right.
said, yo, I've been missing this.
Yeah, yeah.
I didn't know this even existed.
Yeah.
Like, I don't need to have, okay, you know what?
Yeah.
Whatever.
Right.
This
is what I'm going
The
to focus
focus
on.
has shifted, and I
Yeah.
think what happened is we
That's
have
a good
found
point. That's a real
confident
good
comfort in our masculinity, knowing that, bro, it doesn't weaken our masculinity,
Yeah.
but it actually makes us stronger
Yeah.
by understanding that, yo, fight with who you will, child support who you will.
Mm-hmm.
You can't break this because this is the one person or the one being in this world
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
who, no matter what, as much as they get mad at me, will never hate me unless
Yeah.
they have a reason to hate
Unless
me.
they got a reason to.
Right.
That's true. I think, to your point, there is it's self-gratifying to
Man.
get that reaction from your child, knowing that you have that connection and that bond, and that you can see the whole process through, right? It's just uncomparable. You can't even compare that feeling. And to your point, man, I think that's something that, man, I will give credit to. Even through all of the BS that we've been going through in the past 20, 30 years, men have been stepping up. And
Man,
I got to give them props
now,
on that.
check this out. I'm going to get this and we about to close.
Yeah,
check this
yeah.
out. Check this out. You know, with all these women out here who are trying to press the issue that they don't need a man, you know what's actually, and y'all hear me out, 10 years from now, peep this. You know what's actually happening is they're making us greater men.
It's true.
Because check it out. The
true.
one thing that we lacked the most was understanding of intimacy.
Yep.
What you women have done is you have shifted us
Yeah.
into a form of intimacy that we didn't know existed.
Yeah. Now, sometimes it does go way off the rails.
But hold on, but peep it. Stay
yeah.
within lines of what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
yeah,
I know
yeah.
where you're going, but peep me out though, right?
Okay.
Is check it out. Women have always complained that we were not able to understand or
Not
relate
emotional
intimate,
enough,
not emotional
yeah.
intimacy.
Yeah.
What you have done is you've made us not desire to be as intimate with you because you fight us so much. What you've done is you shifted us to intimacy in a level that is so profound. Not only are we talking about men, we ain't talking about sperm donors, we ain't talking about people that boys that are in men. We're talking about men.
Yeah.
Check it out. What you've done is we are protectors. We are financially providers.
Mm-hmm.
We are go-getters. We are strengthening vessels. But not only that, bro, we are fathers.
Yeah.
We're not
Actual
just
fathers,
we
yeah.
are actual fathers who, if you stay, beautiful. If you leave, so what?
Right.
I'm here and willing to sacrifice everything that it
Still get
takes to be involved with my child because you know what? I didn't know this love existed. So I'm telling you women out here who fight us in the court system, who take us to child support, who sit here and hang up, who cuss us out in front of our kids, who talk bad about us when we do nothing but good, I thank you. I thank you. You know why I thank you? Is because you are making me want to pour something greater into my children and our grandchildren and making us willing to be greater fathers and greater husbands and greater men in this world than you can even understand. So to be truth be told, it's really backfiring on you ladies, man. Oh yeah, the F word. Ladies, it's backfiring on you. And so you know what, man? You got me fired up on this
Hey,
one.
I see you fired up. Hey, I got nothing else. I think you close it out on that.
You
one.
can't stop us, baby. You know what I'm saying? For you women that understand this,
Yeah.
I applaud you, man.
Absolutely.
I applaud you.
Because there
by
are
sta-
women that appreciate that.
Man, and
There's
just
plenty
waiting
women
for that
do.
good man.
Yeah, what? Absolutely.
Man, drop
Absolutely.
jewels before we leave. I didn't gave it to him, man.
Hey,
Go.
I think you covered it all, man. But I think it was a great topic because this is something that was really on my heart. You know, I brought this one up,
boy.
and I wanted it to just be transparent, to be authentic, and be genuine. And hopefully, you guys were able to see that in today's show.
Absolutely. I do want to say one thing. Listen, check it out. Man, it's not about you. The problem is y'all think it's about you. You think when you argue with her, you think because you upset with her, you think whatever, or vice versa, ladies, you upset with him, it's about him. Truth of the matter is, man, y'all need to grow up.
Yeah.
Y'all need to man up, man. If you don't like who you became because of the emotions you went through, stop sacrificing your kids' emotional in adolescence for your own ignorance. The reality is you need to tighten up, man, and you need to realize, man, this ain't about you. Don't nobody. At the end of the day, bro, when you pass away, you either passed on to your children strength and glory, or defeat and frustration.
Yep.
Which one you want to pass on?
Yep. Don't have your kids looking at you sideways after you pass.
And they like blaming you for the rest. I don't care if you was a single mother and you know this and that. If you didn't raise your child to understand their worth, brother, sister, learn y'all worth, man. Hey, Ola.
Hey.
Love you, bro.
Love you too, brother.
Hey, man, listen, man. Y'all be blessed, man. Check it out. Go check us out, man. Check in the bio, man.
Yeah,
March
sure.
30th.
March 30th.
2:30 to 5:30.
Yes, indeed.
Man, we're going to be there at 12 o'clock. We set up the
check us out.
podcast. We're going to be there. We interview whoever want to be there, man.
Yes,
we love
sir.
y'all, man. Check it out. Boom.
Get busy with it right now.